everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of Backcap. Here I have a very exciting guest. I have, of course, Perry, my partner in crime here, and,
Hello.
and we also have Greg.
Hello.
Say hi,
How's
Greg.
it going?
So, what do you do? Tell our good folks, what do you do?
What do I do? So I am a gameplay programmer on Gigantic. So I do a lot of random tasks around gameplay stuff, usually involving the skills. So if you're familiar with the game, things like, HK-206's machine gun and the rocket launcher type thing, all that were systems that I worked on. And I exposed the code in a way that the designers can go to town and do whatever they want.
Wow, cool, wow. So you're the guy to thank for everything, almost everything, kind of.
For all the things that work. I swear, any bug is not mine. I didn't do it. I just fix them.
I don't know. That sounds suspect. I'll be honest.
Well, I never lie. Sometimes, once in a while, I put a lot of bugs in the game. I admit that, but. Okay, so that's mostly what I do, because I put bugs in the game. Now that you're grilling me hard, if you must know, that is all I do. Thank you for that.
He also makes breakfast.
Oh, and I also make breakfast. My wife.
Hi, wife. I would like everyone to take note that she is wearing his company's shirt. There you go.
She
Look at her.
So I had to steal one of her shirts.
Just swap.
Perfectly reasonable.
Yes, that's what I thought. Oh, excuse me 1 second.
Yep. Greg is making breakfast at 5 o'clock at night. That's also what Greg does. 'Cause
5 o'clock at night.
and it's so late.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock at night, and you're just starting. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the questions. I know, Perry, you wanted to field. Oh, look at it.
It's beautiful.
I'll be honest, bacon's really gross
That is
before it's
beautiful.
cooked. It's not beautiful. It's so not beautiful. So Perry, why don't you field it? Go boy,
Yeah,
go.
sure. So obviously, we all came to know and love you from, doing cool things like working on HK. What was your kind of road to getting to working for the best company ever?
Oh, man. Haha. Well, I still have raw bacon in my hand. This is great. I had a really weird road to get to Motiga, and it started way back in my first game job was at Outrage Games in Michigan, where I was a programmer, technically, but they had me doing design on the first game. So my entrance into video games was doing design work.
Okay.
So yeah, when I was there for 8 months, and then the company got shut down, raw bacon grease.
Ooh.
So I ended up my second job. They hired me straight up as a designer. So I spent my first 5 years in games as a game designer before I moved over to being a programmer again. And that happened when I went to Airtight Games, where I worked on Dark Void. I was in charge of the camera system, which was really sweet. The game didn't review great, but the camera was awesome. And then from there, I did the obvious next step, where I then went to work on ultrasounds at Philips. Because, that's related.
It's a game.
Yeah.
You get to play Find the Baby.
A couple years. I went to Expedia even for a little stint, and then just had some old coworkers contact me and say, hey, we're doing this thing. You should check it out. And I went to this small startup of 12 people. And I met Chris Chung and some of the other awesome people there at Motiga, like Joe Pickup. And I took a big chance, but there I am.
That's awesome. Was it a bigger chance than when you worked on ultrasounds? Oh, God.
That was actually a fairly low risk, as weird as that sounds, because the group that I was in specifically was building them, where it was a slower, like the software I was working on was really just helping the manufacturers build it better and track how long it took at each step. So it was actually a pretty low risk and fairly fun job. all
It,
things considered.
it sounds kind of interesting, honestly. Like the way you describe it, I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So was game design something you kind of always wanted to do, or something where you just kind of it was a job and you did it?
I've never played a video game in my whole life. So when I took my first game design job, I had to go back through history. I picked up a game called Pong. And man, you talk about intense. Like, I had no idea that the multiplayer aspect of a game could get that intense, you know? So, yeah, that was kind of my first game. And I played that 5 years ago or so. And then I've moved on since. Now I've gotten into Battlezone real hard. That's really cool. Those graphics are like way amped up. They're like VR pretty much. I'm expecting Oculus to pick it up.
I hope so. I mean, it's beautiful. It's absolutely a work of art, I think. It's beautiful. So did you ever get to the Pong champ? It sounds like you maybe got into the championships of Pong. What was that like?
Well, it was pretty rad, actually. You know, I made it to the finals in Italy, which was pretty great. I didn't actually speak the language, but that's the beautiful thing with video games. It's like a universal language, you know? So I learned how to say, my kids are in the room, so I can't say it. But I learned how to say some really cool things in a bunch of different languages.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
There are 5 other words in Italy, weirdly enough.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
Huh, I would never.
Huh. And now we're all thinking about that.
Yeah, no, we're all.
I do this.
Okay. Oh God, bacon in the back.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm ready to go now.
All right, so the interview's now just gonna start. We have the chef.
Yeah, now we can really get into the good stuff.
Yeah, so now, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your favorite spice? I know it's a question that everyone wants to know. It's a hard-hitting question. Take your time with it.
Favorite spice? Sporty was pretty cool. I kind of liked her. But then I found cardamom. Cardamom is probably my favorite spice in the world.
I'll be honest, I've never heard of it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's ground cardamom.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Now I my camera up. Hang on. Let me see. Can you see it? There we go.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Brown
So will you
Now
be
take-
using any of that this evening?
Yes.
Oh, ooh.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's really
Yeah.
nice.
Great. So this is probably my favorite spice in the world. It goes with almost anything. We put it in our coffee. And recently I've discovered putting it on ice cream with pistachios.
Oh, I get that. Smelling that, I bet it's fantastic.
It's quite good. It's very, very good.
Are you going to put some on your bacon tonight?
You know what? I have never tried it on bacon.
It's going to have to, all right.
This.
Backcap first.
Cooking real time right here.
It's why you watch the show, guys, for these kinds of exclusives. Cardamom on bacon.
Yeah, we can only do this
Yeah,
live.
I'll let you know how this is.
Excellent.
Okay. We've got cardamom on bacon now. This may or may not be good. I have to admit, I've not tried this.
It's the beauty. I feel like as a programmer, you're really good at experimenting. And some things work and some things don't work, but it might be a bug or it might be a jump. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Is that a Midori sour, by the way?
It is. I put 2 cherries in it just for tonight.
Oh my gosh. I might have to...
Do it.
Yep. It is done. I just had to look. My wife is awesome. That's all I have to say.
Oh, awesome wife is awesome. That's how you know it's love, when you could just look at somebody and they're like, all right, done. And
So you have a very straight up, you do the bacon, she does the mixed drinks arrangement?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you guys, by the way, can you hear the bacon? Because I
Oh yeah,
can't.
that's a nice
yeah.
sizzle.
It sounds awesome.
it's a little bit, like a very, if we shut up for 2 seconds, we can hear it.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's all shut up for 2
Okay,
seconds.
2 seconds.
Okay, we're just going to hear my kids instead. Really. Okay. They're playing Minecraft, by the way, and it's important that they get the secret tunnel to the garden.
It's important. I can't blame them. You know, they're going to do it. So, what? I'm going to steal one of your questions, Perry, because I'm curious.
Go for it.
What is the hardest part of programming for you personally? What's the
I
journey?
think the hardest part is making it look hard. Yeah, I think probably, no, actually, I wrote this one down because this was a hard question to answer. No, I wrote down making it look hard. That is actually what I wrote down.
All right,
No, the
nailed
hardest
it.
part, I think the hardest part is Gigantic's my first multiplayer game, which sounds crazy, but there you go. And just figuring out just kind of figuring out that whole paradigm and how it changes how you write code and gameplay code in particular is that was pretty challenging.
Yeah.
But once I got into the group, now it's actually pretty fun. So the challenge is still there, but I don't know. Now it's like I don't know. Like Ori and the Blind Forest was a challenging game, but it was really fun. It's like that.
Makes sense.
That's
So,
fair.
so every morning when you start to code, do you have that like sheer emotional rush similar to Ori, or that like the crying and the just the breakdown?
It usually starts with I got this, and then again my kids are in the room, and then it goes to other things like, yeah, code, you're doing just what I want. Thank you for that. It's not this finger usually. This isn't a finger anyway. Science fact, this is not called a finger. I forget what it's called though. Phalange, whatever.
A phalange.
The more you know.
Everyone raise your phalanges.
By the way, used to have Nintendo thumb.
Oh.
I had to go to physical therapy to get them fixed.
Really?
But they're good now.
Huh. They look like fine thumbs. Mine are stumpy. Mine are like little. Yes! Like that just appeared. So good. Use those phalanges.
Oh, God, that is good.
Oh, so good.
That's lovely. Goodness.
So, wow, phalanges. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, well, that's what my wife says, for the record. So if it's wrong, it's not my fault.
It's either the bones in your fingers or the bones in your toes. I'm not sure which.
Okay, well, you can have a thumb amputated and put your toe on your thumb, so I'll count it as both. It's probably
Thank
both.
God you said your toe put on your thumb, because that's not where my brain went.
Whew. Oh. Kids in the
I
room.
started thinking about my cat's paw, which actually might be really handy.
Softball.
Meow, meow, meow.
It would definitely be adorable.
Yeah.
So, on the note of how difficult it is to program, which we found out it's not, is there anyone who is hard for you to program? You work a lot on the characters. Who's just like, who makes you cry? Who brings you to that level?
You know, okay, so he was one of the first characters in the game. And man, that grappling hook on Roland has been, I think I'm on the 5th rewrite of the grappling hook.
Wow.
It's worked every time, but it's always been, kind of the last 2 iterations of it have been not very network friendly. Like you get a lot of jittering if you use it and there's bad latency, you'll see them like going meh, 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 across the screen. I mean, we had a bunch of bugs where on other people's screens, you'd see him, he'd do it, and then he'd end up floating in midair for like until they did something else. I mean, it's just been kind of chaotic and nightmarish. But this time is the last time. This time it's going to work.
Yeah?
I'm 100% confident in it. There won't be any bugs. It'll work.
So give it like a couple months. We'll get to see the beauty of Roland not horribly falling apart.
Yes.
Pax
We're doing
Prime.
the one-man Superman flight through the air.
It'll be perfect. Trust me. It's going to be perfect.
Perfect.
I'm going to flip the bacon.
If you flip the bacon,
That's not
use
a
your
euphemism.
grappling hook. Get it? It might be for this also.
This here,
Uh-huh.
best tool ever
Ooh.
for this griddle. I will show you the griddle when I'm done, but this griddle is awesome. You can cook anything on it.
Look at him. Look at him.
So I'm going to be flipping bacon here,
Oh.
building up the grease. You know what the grease is for? Pancakes.
Ah.
Okay, smart.
I like it. That's how I used to do mine, because then you get a little of the bacony, and it's kind of sweet, and especially if you have chocolate chips, so it's like chocolatey pancake bacons. It's
Yep.
like baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Speaking of which, are we actually going to be putting some of the bacon in the pancakes, or are they going to stay separate?
Well, no, I will. Once I'm done with the pancakes, I'm pulling them off. I mean, the bacon. I'm pulling it off, but I'm going to leave all the grease there. I'll scrape some of it
Okay.
off, but I'll leave some of the bacony, meaty bits behind too. So the pancakes will go right on that. Then I'll drain
Okay.
the grease, and then we're good. Then we're moving on to the next course. But
Ooh.
that one will pick up the rest of the bacon meat. It'll be really
Okay.
good. You'll see.
You'll see.
It's gonna be
You'll
great.
see. No bugs. It's just gonna be great. No bugs, just great. So Roland, I have to say thank you for Roland's grappling hook. It was my boyfriend's favorite mechanic at PAX South, and I was playing Gnosis, and I got to mess it up every single time. Like, it doesn't matter how great you made it, because he would try to escape, and I would headbutt him into oblivion. And
Brilliant.
yeah, it was his favorite thing. Every time I was like, "So Steve, how'd you like Gigantic?" He was like, "Well, there was this one time where I was like, sweet, I have a grappling hook." And then I got headbutted to death. So you do need to work on it. I hope you never take that out, though. If we could just always have that interrupted.
Oh, it'll be there. Yeah. Now it's just getting better. Now it's getting like the final version, hopefully the one that we'll ship with that will be flawless. I mean, there's always going to be a case, I'm sure, like some terrible like disconnect or latency crazy problem, but it'll work in the 99.999% case.
As it tends to
So-
be.
Somewhat related to that, and obviously, like Roland, that's something where like kind of anyone that's watched the streamers like has seen like the weird bugs with grappling hook. What's something that works well now that was really really hard to get to the point where it worked,
Ooh. Like, maybe, man.
or
No
or
problem.
just interesting?
It seemed like it was going to be really easy, but it ended up being kind of nightmarish, was just the hit reactions in general. So anytime you get like a stun or a knockback type thing, the reason those are particularly challenging was because so our game, the server has the authority, right? Like most games are like that. If you don't want cheating, then the server needs to be in charge of the final verdict, right? So hit reactions in particular are caused by the server, right? Because you get damaged, you're going to get hit reacted. So the problem there is, if you're playing on your machine and you start to grapple, for instance, and then somebody else shot you right before you started to grapple, and the server detects that you got hit by the grapple, but on your machine, you've already started to grapple, you could have been hit reacted, and then there's going to be a big correction there. So that just kind of trying to make that all work has been pretty challenging. Even though you would think it's just, oh yeah, you're stunned, you don't do anything, but it's also the cleanup, and making sure that you're not stuck in a bad state that you shouldn't have been in.
Makes sense.
We actually have an excellent question. Speaking of in chat, Chocolate Rain has a question. Do you see Gigantic having an issue with cheating as on your end? What do you think?
Will we have issues with cheating?
Yeah, do you think there's a possibility? What are your safeguards? If you
Well,
can answer.
so we have network engineers that are going to be specifically focused on that. We are, again, having the server be authoritative on most of the stuff where you could cheat. That's like the main line of defense. Things you can't do much about. This is in general across multiplayer games. Things like aimbots. Like you can't really stop an aimbot from making the client do something, but what you do there is you detect it, right? If somebody's getting like flawless shots, they could be good, or they could be using an aimbot, right? So that's all about kind of monitoring what's going on, and that's where we'll get people like some kind of reporting system potentially, or things like that. Those aren't things I'm going to be working on, so I don't really know for sure all the different things there that we'll be doing. But Yeah, we're definitely going to be watching security and making sure the cheating is kept to a bare minimum, right?
Oh yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm not actually allowed to play anymore because they keep detecting me as a name bot. So
He's
there
that
you go.
good. He's just that good. Greg's family is
I am that
secret.
good. So check this out.
Okay.
I wanted to show this off in particular. Some of you may not be able to get this where you're from. Hang on, I gotta switch my camera so I can make sure you can see it. Okay. This pancake mix right there, that is the best pancake mix in the world.
In the world.
It's just add water and it's super good. So it's local to, I think it's local to this region because Snoqualmie Falls, pro tip or random facts, if you guys have ever seen Twin Peaks, during the opening sequence, they show this really cool hotel near a waterfall. Again, that's the waterfall from Twin Peaks. It's Snoqualmie Lodge over about 40 minutes from my house.
Wow. Are the pancakes also part of that? Are there just huge pancakes by the waterfall as well?
Sorry.
I was asking, are there huge pancakes by the waterfall as well?
Oh, they do. Well, they have a huge breakfast over there. But I think what they do is they cook it with the water from the waterfall. Like the chefs run down there, get their ladles and stand underneath to fill them up. And then they right into this bag. They probably just do that and then shake the bag up, you know? That would probably be the easiest way. That's what I do.
Huh.
But instead I had to do it the lame way and measure things out.
For shame. For shame.
And thank you, whoever in chat, for linking directly to where you can buy it.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
Excellent. So what is the portions? How much did you just pour into there?
Okay, so what I am that was just the water. So I am doing a 1.5 batch because I'm going to be feeding 5 of us, I think. So 1.5 cups of water to 9/8 of a cup of mix. See, kids, math is useful. Here we go. And now the real key. You stir it 40 times.
Okay.
It is clear I mismeasured this already.
I was trying to count, but I was just gonna mess up your count.
Yeah, well, I stopped when I realized there is just too much water. Hang on.
It looked like a lot of water. That's why I asked, because I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. But I'm not the chef.
I'm not sure what that water was now that I think about it.
There's another thing with water.
Okay, here we go. I'm making a lot of pancakes now, my friends. This could feed everybody in chat.
Yeah.
If you link your addresses, I can send you pancakes via FedEx.
FedEx pancakes. It'll be here anywhere between 2 days and 3 weeks.
Okay, this should be good. Now this is clearly scientifically measured by dumping the bag desperately into the water.
In a sheer panic.
In sheer panic. I tried to plan so far ahead. Okay.
Greatness cannot be planned.
Now I'm just gonna dip my hand in the bag. Do this.
Bam!
It's pretty soon. I'm just gonna bring out the Swedish accent. There we go. Okay. Totally. It was supposed to be 40 stirs. Now it's total ad hoc. But you know what? These are still going in bacon grease, so it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how they come out. Bacon grease.
So are we going for round pancakes here, or are we gonna try to do shapes?
Yes.
Make a Mohegan.
I'm going all round, mostly because I'm extremely anal. And if they aren't perfectly round, I don't eat them.
Oh.
They get recycled. Don't worry, I don't throw food away. They just get recycled.
I'm excited for later in the show when Greg throws a fit and doesn't eat anything because they're not round. That's gonna
Here we go.
Say, moment of silence.
So now,
Greg
I use the spoon to round it out. Take note, Captain. Her pancakes are never quite as round as mine.
Wow, look at that.
Just lay a bunch of these down. Oh, these are going to cook deliciously good.
Wow.
Oh, if you guys could smell this, you know what you'd smell? Batter.
Pancakes?
Pancake batter on a bacon grease covered griddle. Just imagine that.
Wow. They're not pancakes yet, Perry. Idiot. Good. Pancake batter. Yeah.
See, now pancakes go really fast too, which is great. I can already flip the ones I put on first. Oh man. Oh, these are, I'll hold one up for the camera. These look awesome.
Okay. Well, wait till they're a little cooked on the other side. I don't want you to burn yourself. Oh, yeah. Are you going to put cardamom on?
Can I get what?
Put some cardamom on, or is that just...
No, these will, well, you know why? Because the pancakes, or the bacon already had a little bit of cardamom in the grease. So, shouldn't need it.
There you go,
So I'm
relic.
just gonna place it right in my hand. You know why? Because it's hot. And why am I putting it in my hand? I'm not sure.
I don't know. He's just a programmer, guys. He's just a programmer.
Okay,
Okay, oh.
now check this.
Oh
Look at that.
man.
They're the
Beautiful
perfect...
stack of pancakes. I'm putting that over near the bacon.
Excellent. Can we get a
You'll
picture
get
of
the
all of them
final
together?
griddle. Yeah, it will be a beautiful display when it's all done here.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Do you need to run your hand over some Luke cold water? Because we
Well-
can see the steam coming off.
Oh, off my hands?
Yeah, you okay?
No, you know what? We live really close to a hospital. We'll be doing that after.
Okay.
But for now, I pretend that this redness, these blisters are actually, all pre-planned. Hey, look, my son. Can you
Hi,
see
son.
him?
Do you want to answer questions? No, come
Hi,
back.
son. Oh.
You want to answer some questions?
I have some questions for you.
You want to answer questions?
No, he's very polite.
Yeah. No.
It's hard to
he
argue
was
with.
polite. I'll give him that.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going for the next round of pancakes. Please keep talking.
Yeah, next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to the questions. Perry, go.
Yeah, so I mean, you've said obviously that you've been working on kind of fixing up roll and stuff. Any other interesting projects that have been coming up since PAX East? Any cool things to look forward to?
You know, the thing I've been, I actually, more than anything since PAX East that I've been working on has been the grappling hook. But you guys all heard our partnership with Microsoft.
Yeah.
So a lot of us have been, we've been upgrading our systems to Windows 10 and getting ready to be able to, get the game building for Xbox One and everything. So that's an ongoing process. And then I fix, like I said, I'm a generalist, so I fix a lot of miscellaneous bugs throughout the code. Some of the more interesting things I've been looking at are, they're just random, they're the kind of bugs you'll see in patch notes for games a lot, right? Like, fix so-and-so's upgrade so that it actually works. One of them was, I think it was HK206 had an upgrade he was supposed to be able to get where while he's fortified, while he's in his fortification mode, he can heal over time. But there was a bug listed with that where as soon as you got that upgrade, the heal would happen immediately, whether or not you were fortified.
Okay.
And then if it did happen immediately, it wouldn't happen when you were fortified. So, yeah, just stuff like that. I fix a lot of random little issues. And I think that's pretty much what I've been up to since I guess that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
I also caught bronchitis. That was cool.
Oh goodness.
If you guys want to know what that's like, you should come on over sometime. I might still have some residual side effects of that I can share with you all.
Did your family get sick too, or was it an isolated incident?
Somehow it stayed isolated. I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
Wow, you were just a disease
Goodness.
bag. Well, that's good, because your wife's great. Don't go getting your wife sick.
Yeah, no, exactly, right?
Thank you.
So the other thing I didn't do yet, so I made several normal pancakes. Now I pre-sliced or chopped some bananas. So if you've got pancake batter already made, you can dump in some bananas. And then you just mix. Now you don't mix it, you just kind of fold it in. Then you'll get these really nice banana pancakes too.
Wow. Don't fold, because you'll bruise the banana, I imagine, and then you just have mush, right? Is that why you
Yep,
fold?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta chop it up into kind of, I like doing it in chunks. I'll chop the banana in thirds, kind of long ways and thirds. That really makes it work well. I'll show you what these look like. Just a sec. I'm just going to do 4 of these.
Sure.
I like
I
they're
also
the perfect
I have
size.
to try making Skittle pancakes for my son too, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
That'll be interesting. Oh, so you mentioned that you were, obviously Xbox got added, and became official right before PAX East. Has there been any changes to your job because of that? Like, have you had to do any, rewrites of things because of the Xbox editions?
Not me personally, because the code that I write, we call it at a higher level. That really means that I shouldn't care about the hardware that I'm writing my code for. I shouldn't have to care about that. I should be shielded pretty well from the lower levels. So most of that work has fallen on my boss and one of the other guys we recently hired to make sure that all the lower level systems are all hooked up right to work well with the new platforms. So that's been pretty, I almost said easy, which I think would be a major disservice. That's been a big challenge. It's caused, a good amount of work. But I have seen some good progress on it. And yeah, I don't know how much more I can say, but to answer the question more from my end, yeah, it hasn't actually affected me. Other than I'm now, I have to run on Windows 10 now and build using new versions of Visual Studio. Just make sure that all works right.
I was say you mentioned Visual Studio. Kitten Laser in chat asked what languages is Gigantic primarily written in?
So we're using the UE3 engine, which Unreal Engine 3. So it's a mix of, just for the game code, it's a mix of C++ and Unreal Script.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So now I'm going to show my one true breakfast secret.
Okay.
Okay. You want to make scrambled eggs? You do this. So, well, first I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna empty the grease.
Okay.
There's a lot.
That's a lot of grease.
That is kind of a lot of grease.
Huh.
Okay. But I still kept a lot of grease. Why? Because arteries. Who needs them?
Who needs them? You're just a programmer. You don't need them.
That's right. So now I lost. Oh no, I got the bowls. Okay. So I'm gonna do two batches. So I'll do the first batch pretty normal because I'll do these ones. My wife cannot have cheese, so I'm gonna do one batch with just. This is really brave, by the way. This was right over the floor. What can possibly go wrong?
That was excellent, sir. Forget Motiga, you should be working for the cooking channel, let me tell you.
Dude, we just lost a guy. Oh my gosh, this egg. I have to use both hands, hang on. Yeah, we actually just, one of our QA testers just went to work at a pie company as a pie chef. He's super, super talented.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, it's totally been his dream job for a long time. Okay, so to scramble eggs properly, well, in my proper way, I'm gonna add a little bit of water to the eggs.
Oh,
which
water, that's interesting.
Wait, I had it all over here. Oh, hey, this was the cup I was supposed to use for the pancakes. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and then there it is. Mm-hmm. Hang on, I'm switching so I can make sure you guys can see it. Highly recommend just a dash of Italian seasoning.
Oh my god.
Just a bit.
Okay.
That just blew my head straight out. Oh.
Okay, so totally did way more than a bit. And then here you get to watch me, you get to watch my mad mixing skills here. My mom taught me how to do this. Hi mom, if you're watching. I doubt you are, but you could be. Here we go, right?
Okay, here we go. That's a good sound.
Look at that go. Okay, now I'm just gonna toss it on the griddle.
I hope you all were paying attention to that wrist motion because that was incredible.
Oh, definitely.
This is really the best part about using a griddle. Now we're getting all this extra bacon little chunks in here.
Mm. Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at them go.
Yeah. And scrambled eggs cook so fast.
Yeah. I
Oh,
feel like
definitely,
that's
yeah.
a huge problem. Most people who make scrambled eggs just cook them forever, and they're like dry and rubbery. You gotta
Nope.
leave a little yolk, a little something.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
little,
they
little.
they continue to cook too when they're. I just came from over here. Hey, yeah, they continue to cook a little bit after they're off the grill too. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so now I'm gonna do the other four the way I like them, and the kids. The kids like them this way too.
I was saying, and relevant to everyone else, VODs for this will be up later, so if you need this tomorrow morning to help make your Monday morning breakfast, Greg's
Yep.
specific directions for Gregfast will be available.
I'll try to get it up tonight so we can have it for tomorrow morning. And Tim wanted to know, did you buy everything for the show? I know you got the hat, but you just had the chef, right? The chef coat.
I had the chef coat. I did not have the hat. That's the one thing I didn't have. I also didn't have talent. So I went to a chef class over the last 3 days in a panic to try to learn how to make breakfast.
See,
I mean, notice cracking eggs with one hand.
Mhm.
Who does that? Professionals. Professionals.
Professionals. Greg doesn't F around, folks. Let that
Okay,
be
I'm
known.
back.
Yeah,
There you go.
Kata in chat asks, will it improve his chance of being hired by Motiga if he is better at making breakfast?
It can't hurt. I don't think it can hurt. You know, true story. Earlier on, when we were around, I think somewhere around 30 people, I did make waffles for everybody at work one day. I brought in 2 waffle irons and a whole bunch of Snoqualmie Falls mix and made waffles for the first 2 hours of the day.
Wow.
You have 2 waffle makers already?
And no, now one of them died. So now I only have one. But I'll show you the waffle maker too because it's super good.
Yes.
Okay. Now for these eggs, I'm going to do the one. This isn't that big of a thing, but it makes them so much better.
Okay.
Shredded cheese.
Shredded cheese.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Just
how
dump
my,
it right in there.
oh, that's how my pop used to make them. He would add cheese and a little bit of milk. Oh.
Yep. See, my mom added milk too, but I found the water just works fine and keeps them pretty fluffy.
Yeah, it
And
does.
of course, Italian seasoning. And of course, salt and pepper, which of course I put in my wife's right over here. Right over there. I totally put that in too.
Wow, that's
Everybody saw it.
those are some heavy duty salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah, these are pretty great. We've gone through a lot of pepper shakers in the days or over time because they, you know, I'm pretty picky. You gotta get that right grind out of it. Okay, here we go. Oh, a clear bowl. Now you can really watch the whip.
Here we go.
Right?
Okay.
Right. This is right over my keyboard. This is probably not the best idea.
It's cool. What do you need a
Or
keyboard
it's
for?
the best idea I've ever had.
Oh, that,
Oh, baby. Look at it go.
wow.
Oh, can
Beat
you hear it?
Yeah, beat it, Greg. Beat it.
Okay, here it goes.
Yeah.
Just gonna beat it right onto the griddle. Boosh.
Bam.
Oh, beautiful.
Bam.
Okay.
Look at it.
Now, what's cool, so this is cheddar. Usually I use a Mexican, like, 4-cheese blend when I'm doing the eggs, but we don't have any. So the cheddar works really well. And the good thing with cheddar is that it kind of gets, if you've ever cooked cheddar, like on a grill or anything, it gets kind of crunchy.
Right.
It's actually
Oh,
a really
yeah.
good texture in the eggs. What, Phoenix? What would you want?
How do you spell away?
Away? You got it right. Okay.
Questions
Sorry.
from everyone.
Spelling always has to be answered immediately. Got to make sure they know how to spell things like away.
So tell me, real quick. So you weren't supposed to go to PAX. You actually bought your own plane ticket. You wanted to go so bad. You got your
did.
own plane ticket. Tell us about your. Oh my God! Look at that platter, though.
Oh, yeah.
Wow! I started salivating for. Wow! Just take a moment.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow! Well done, sir.
They
Anyway,
said it could be done while I was interviewing, but I totally nailed it.
nailed it. It's beautiful. Like you answered all the hard questions with not even cracking your focus. You're so.
It's true. Now, to be fair, I made way too many pancakes, so I'm just going to take the rest of this and make a giant pancake.
Make one. See if you
Off the
can't
top.
make a Motigan. Can you make a Motigan? Try it.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
I'm gonna. Now there are bananas in here. It'll be a little bit harder because
Okay.
of that, but I'm gonna give it a try.
You got it. You can do anything. And tell us about PAX while you're doing. What was PAX East like for you? How was it?
So yeah, so having buying my own way there actually made it just a super enjoyable experience. There was one surprise I had, which was I managed to secure my own ticket or my own badges for the event. But what I didn't realize was that the badges I was securing were exhibitor badges.
Oh.
So not only had I gone on my own time and I didn't have any commitment at all, I didn't have to work or anything. I also got to get into the show floor early,
That's awesome.
which would have been great had I not been hungover every morning and sleeping in. But I could have been there, and that's what really counts.
That's all. I feel like that was a win-win. Is like you weren't really supposed to be there, so you could still sleep in. You didn't quite have the obligations to. You were
Nope.
like, it's 8 o'clock. Forget that. That's awesome. And I'm sure you stayed. Oh, God, look at him go. And I'm sure you stayed for the tournaments and stuff. How was that? Did you get to did you stay mostly with Gigantic or did you end up exploring? Because I know sometimes you get kind of
I did a
stuck.
little bit of exploring. Oh my, this is getting bad now.
I'm so excited.
Oh, stop. Oh, those legs. So I did a little bit of exploring, but mostly I hung around the Gigantic press room and the press area upstairs. Not upstairs, but, well, it's kind of upstairs, I guess. But, down at the end of the hallway. Mostly because that's where all the cool people were. So, hey, what are you going to do? But on the floor, I checked out Loot Crate. I subscribed for Loot Crate because I really wanted to check it out. And, I also bought a hat, which I can show you, but it's over in the other room. I bought a pretty sweet steampunk hat.
Excellent.
And then I got to play Overwatch, which was really fun. So, and it was kind of a relief too. There's been, you guys like Overwatch? Now I can say, I played it. No, it's a different game. Also really fun. So I'm looking forward to that coming out too.
Excellent. As you flip that, I have a very personal question to ask you. It's hard for me to get out, but I'm going to try. What are your feelings on the California ban on ferrets?
Oh man, I heard about that. It's just really unfair.
It's the most unfair thing I've ever heard in my life.
Easily, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not fair at all.
It's
really.
I mean,
they deserve better.
Right? They absolutely. Yeah. They deserve ferret treatment. That's all there is to it. It's perfect.
You caught it.
Nope, there
Caught
it is. Yeah. One more time. Hang on.
Nailed
there
it.
He is. Ow. Nailed it. He's really hot. Really hot because Motiga made with fire.
Made with fire. The after show will be at the hospital.
Ow! That was really hot too.
Oh, Greg. Are you okay?
These were two of his back scales.
Oh wow, the detail.
I'll take a picture of it once it's on a plate. It will look way better.
Yeah. Run your hands over some not really cold water, but like cold water.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Greg burned himself so hard that I think...
Yeah, cold water actually would be a bad idea for that one.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that
I
hat.
have an idea.
I know we should be concerned about Greg, but that hat was incredible.
Yeah.
Greg, we are losing you a little bit. It was too hot. Uh-oh. I think we might have...
if we had to lose him, that's a really good freeze frame.
Oh God, his picture. So everyone, that is his picture. We're trying to get Greg back now. His pancakes were just too good. It just was too good. It's trying to get the call back.
I mean, he's currently going to the hospital probably
I
for.
hope so. Honestly, I hope so. While we get him back, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch gears to the art and community spotlight. So here we go. This week's spotlight is brought to you by Catastrophe, who I really wanted to call Catastrophe this whole time. She is incredible. You can check out her stuff over on Reddit. She also has a Tumblr, which is catastrophe.tumblr.com. Thank you, Noir. And yeah, this is her piece, Can't Stop Tripping. It's so beautiful. My favorite part about this was just the level of character in this was so beautiful. I love that there's just so much thought put into all her features. And it's just so well done, and her other stuff is so good. It has kind of a Wild Star feel to it, which is very, very near and dear to my heart. Noah, do you have anything to say for Can't Stop Trippin'?
Oh, good. No, it's a lovely piece. I mean, it's been interesting because I think a lot of the art that we've seen so far has been very much in the same style as the official gigantic art, and so it's interesting to see something that's a little, it's a different art style, but it's still noticeable as the character you like.
Yeah, absolutely. It's perfect. We love it. Looking forward to seeing more. This is all she has right now, but I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more. Oh, there's Greg. We're going to decline his call and get him back in here. Greg, where are you? He's probably like, why is she not answering my call?
We'll get this back, guys.
We're getting him back.
It's gonna happen.
We're gonna get him back just in time to talk about our lovely community coach. This week's community coach is Scrump! Colin, aka
Hello?
Scrump. Hi!
We can hear you.
Hi, we were just doing the community
Hello?
coach spotlight. Hello?
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
We can
Am I
hear you
back?
now. Yes. Well, your video isn't, but your audio is.
Yeah, your audio's back. We were just talking about Colin, who you roomed with. So take your time, get your video back, and we're
You
gonna...
can. Yes.
So excited. So here we go. We have Colin Scrump, and we have him here with his beautiful locks and with the beautiful
Okay.
Jessica Nagiri, which they got to meet. I know she did an interview with Mojo. Really cool stuff. And there he is with more beautiful locks. And I know this seems really mean, but I swear to God, this is just what he told me, trying to get an interview out of him. So yeah, Scrump is just all right. He's not really good at the game or anything. Basically, he's just the friend maker. Everyone loves
True.
to braid it. Everyone loves to braid it. You see his hair braided more often than not because of the lovely ladies, especially in the media room. And he didn't really like to write about himself, but we got some stuff out of him. Like, he loves Griselma, which I might have made up, but he loves Griselma. He does write though. Get a drink in him and he will write you a novel about anything and everything. I mean, God, look at that hair. You just wanna stroke it. That beautiful.
He's rivaling Thor for fantastic hair among Motigans.
It's true. I mean, I love Thor to death, but I love the hazelnut locks. Like, it's just a beautiful brown. He's like a My Little Pony. He's like, you just want to brush his hair, and it's just a perfect brown. I mean, Jessica Nijiri posed with him, and she loved it. You could tell. It's pure joy on her face to be standing. I mean, he clearly has better hair than her. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful stuff. It looks like we lost Greg again. And I know Greg actually roomed with Colin. He was telling us, because everyone else had one bed. Colin had two by himself? Question mark. So
Something like that.
yeah, we're not sure how that happened. All we know is that Greg got his butt into PAX and he needed a room, and he did room with Colin. Yeah, and I know you had to share one bed with five dudes, huh?
Yeah, that was fun. Lots of air mattresses were involved.
Oh, you guys didn't just pile into the bed?
No, I mean, we at one point all sat on the bed for a humorous photo, but that was about it.
Wow. I pictured you all just piling in.
No. We had enough air mattresses that essentially filled every available space such that the room was a bed, which was enjoyable. It was an interesting experience. Do it at one point in your life.
Do it. Do it.
Just turn your entire room into a bed.
All right.
You won't regret it.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Am I
You're
back?
back.
Yes.
Hey!
You're back. Welcome back. We were just talking. We were just talking about Colin. How was Colin as a roommate?
Oh, he was excellent. I was a big jerk as a roommate, though. And it turns out I snore a lot. Especially, this is a weird thing. People don't know that happens at PAX. Sometimes people drink. And it turns out when I drink, I snore. And yeah, he told me it was pretty loud. And then he told me my shoes smelled really bad. So I think he was a great roommate. I think I let him down real bad, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
He'll cook for you, but don't let him stay in the same room.
Yep, that's basically it. That's what I learned. I'm just not good to be around.
Oh.
But, long distance, this is great. Like, you can't smell my feet, and I'm not snoring.
That's true. We are
It's true.
missing the wonderful breakfast, though. I should hope that your wonderful breakfast smells better than your feet. I imagine.
It does, actually. It's smelling quite good. I don't know why nobody's eating it yet.
Well, we'll get to that. I'm gonna switch back to our main screen. And again, thank you, Colin, for being the friend maker. Even though you're apparently not very good at the game, that's such a huge role. And don't sell yourself short. You're wonderful. Your hair is wonderful. We love
Exactly.
He
you.
loves his hair braided, too, by the way.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Everyone, My Little Pony, man. All right.
Oh, Mo Marisol, did you see my breakfast?
Oh, just in time.
I covered up the eggs with the failed Motiga pancake.
It's
Circles.
Okay, take this away, though.
get it out of here.
Get it away from me.
Yeah, I don't want the food distracting me anymore.
Goodness. So actually, speaking of other wonderful people with ridiculous hair, did you in fact go kidnap Thor from the airport?
No.
No, not again.
Just in time for the question everyone wanted to know.
Oh.
We
And Marisol wants to know if you're going to deliver her breakfast. Oh, you're back.
Ooh, don't jinx it.
Failing.
We're trying so hard. Internets.
Yeah, the internets the pipes are full.
We can hear you though, and your paused at a great. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm back.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, still moving. We got you.
Okay.
Perry wanted to know if you actually kidnapped Thor from the airport. You with us?
Right after this interview, as a matter of fact, I am driving down there, stopping off to get some chloroform on my way in a rag. I actually don't have a dirty rag, so getting chloroform, a rag, and I think that's all I need. That's what the movies show.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh,
Rope.
wait, man, I have to find a van.
And some rope.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah, so
I guess rope would be good.
Yep. And a yowie, just so I can throw it into space.
There you go. You could chloroform
Smart.
the yowie. You could just cut that dirty cloth right out.
Brilliant. Just yowie, just right over the head.
Right over the head.
Hey, Thor,
Yeah.
try this yowie on.
I have my yowie.
Right in your face.
That's brilliant.
It's the right decision.
Get fired on Monday.
And we're all banned from Twitch.
Turns out Thor's replacing you.
Yeah. It probably wouldn't be too hard.
Oh, also, Marisol wants to know if you're going to be delivering breakfast this evening.
If Marisol wants me to deliver breakfast, I will deliver her breakfast anytime. Hey Drake, do you want to say hi? No.
Does he want to answer questions?
Oh goodness, we got Allie too.
Hi, Allie.
Okay, we have like half of Motiga showing up in chat. Oh dear.
Because they're all hungry. They're all just going to show up at his house for breakfast. I would.
They're gonna have
They just want. Oh, yeah. Hey, Nana Man. Yes, chloroformed yowies. That's the new thing.
That's the new hype.
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh,
Is your
goodness.
family enjoying their Gregfast?
Well, they just finally are sitting down,
and they're going to tell me how it is in a second. And they know what they have to answer. Otherwise, there's no TV for a week.
Ah,
No TV for a week. All right. Nobody throw up on the carpet because of his breakfast.
Phoenix, wait, you have to come say it to the camera. Come on, come over here. You have to give your verdict. Okay, you're not going to talk to the camera? Okay. He said good pancakes.
Oh, good pancakes. So they do look as good. Or they do taste as good as they look.
Yep, that is it. They did. Despite being, I have to admit, I've never had to. I'm always focused 100% on breakfast, so it's always flawless. This time I was a little disappointed. I think that, I mean, the Motiga would have been perfect. You wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between that and my shirt. Like if I'd taken that pancake and put it right here, you would have said, Greg, where did you get that new Motiga chef shirt?
Everyone wants it. I think that should happen anyway. I mean, it was perfect. It was so perfect. It broke your internet. Like, let's be real.
Exactly.
You made a pancake that broke the internet.
You know what it was? Microsoft tried to shut us down because of copyright infringement.
Oh God.
Oh.
It auto-detected the Motiga logo in that pancake.
God, how could we be so stupid? Jesus.
there we go.
Wow.
That
There
was
was
a
no
little.
shame in that at all.
She just sprayed like gas into your mouth.
Great.
Oh goodness.
You might want to wash that down. Cheers, Greg.
Yeah, hey, here we go.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Mm. Oh wow.
There we go.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that just about wraps it up.
Yeah. We'll let Greg go back to eating.
Yeah, we'll let
Yeah,
Greg
eating
actually.
sounds good. I do have to admit, it smells. It's quite enticing.
Well, we will
If
let you get
guys,
your bacon.
seriously, if anybody ever gets within like 5 feet of my front door, you should just swing on by and get breakfast. Oh, hey, look, it's the little one. With cream in his mouth.
All
Hey,
right,
buddy, you want to say hi now?
with whipped cream in your mouth, do you like Rugrats?